So good afternoon once again, everyone. So today I am Dheeraj Arora taking your class for physics. Your first unit is units and measurements, in which we will be discussing many things related to physics. As we already know that physics is the study of nature and laws. We expected that all these different events in nature take place according to some basic laws and revealing these laws of nature from the observed events in physics. I would like to tell you here that if I am talking that the different events, if I talk about here the different events, so different events which I am talking about is like the orbiting of moon around the sun, around the earth, falling of an apple from tree, and many more things like revolving of fan, moving of wind, uh, how can we hear, and there are many things which are related to physics. So all these different events in nature take place according to some basic laws. However, in your previous classes you have read about that why apple fall on the ground, why we uh, move forward when the bus suddenly start, and why do we uh, move our hands backward. So these are all related to certain laws which you have already studied in your previous classes. So these all things we are going to discuss here. So first of all we are going to discuss here physical quantity. It is a quantity which can be measured directly or indirectly. That means here is, for example, mass, length, time, acceleration, velocity. So these are the physical quantities which we can measure directly or indirectly. We'll discuss it later on how we can measure it directly or indirectly in our fundamental and derived units. Next is your measurement. It means comparison of physical quantity with another homogeneous quantity of some kind taken as a standard. Next is your unit. It is a unit standard quantity of the same kind with which a physical quantity is compared for measuring it. For example, if I am going to a shopkeeper, I say that I have to buy 3 meter, 4 meter cloth, or if I go to buy some vegetable, I say I want 3 kg, 4 kg particular vegetable and all that. So these are the, in this way we have some number and unit. Here we have 4 is the number and 5 is your, and meter is your unit. Or if I talk about vegetable, that for example if I want to buy 1 kg potato, I have, that means 1 is the number and kg is the unit. Now we are going to discuss concept of mass. Mass of a body is defined as quantity of matter contained in a body. That how much matter in a body is contained, that is mass of the body. So characteristics of mass is 1. Mass of a body is directly proportional to the quantity if of a matter contained in it. Mass of a body is independent of shape and size. That means shape could be circular, rectangular, zigzag, whatever shape or size may be, whether it is small, whether it is large, doesn't matter. So, third point is mass of a body cannot be zero. Either you are on the earth or you are on certain planet or at the surface of mm, at surface of earth, wherever the mass of the body cannot be zero, and the mass is independent of shape and size. Next is mass of a body do not change by the presence of another body. It do not change by the presence of another body, right? Next we move on to fundamental and derived units, which I was talking about earlier also, that what are the fundamental units? In mechanics there are three physical quantities, namely mass, that is mass, length and time. So these are the three basic fundamental units. With the help of these units we can derive many more units, and those derived units are known as derived units. Apart from these three fundamental units and also mass, length, time, these are fundamental quantities. Apart from this we have four different quantities also. One is temperature, the other is luminous intensity, the next is atom and their quantity is and next one derived quantity is current and their unit current is ampere. Luminous intensity is candela, atom is mole. So next is your supplementary units. There are two types of supplementary units. One is radian. It is the unit of plane angle. It is the unit of plane angle. 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc of length equal to the radius of the circle. For example, if I talk about a circle, here I am talking about a circle and this is, say, its center, and this is the radius, this is also the radius, and say this is my arc. So here this is the angle which is being subtended. So in this way we can see here that ds is the arc, and then I have r is the radius, and then I have d theta, the angle, right? So in this way we can find out the radian. And next is your steradian. It is the unit of solid angle. 1 steradian is the angle subtended at the center of a sphere by its surface, whose area is equal to the square of radius of the sphere. For example, if I have a sphere and then the solid angle, which is d omega, is equal to dA upon r. So to understand it very clearly, here I have this diagram for you people. This is your dA and this is the radius, and this angle subtended is d omega. And d omega, you already know that d omega is equal to dA upon r. Your next is advantages of SI system. What is SI system? SI stands for System International. SI stands for System International. That means the units which we are going to use internationally, worldwide. Its first point is it is a coherent system of unit. That is, derived units can be obtained by fundamental units. For example, I know that fundamental unit is mass, quantities are mass, unit is kg, length, unit is meter, time, unit is second. And if I talk about velocity, formula of velocity is displacement upon time, right? So unit of displacement is, if I talk about here velocity, so this is velocity, which is length upon time, because displacement is measured, it's in length, and time is here t. In dimensional form, its formula will become Lt minus 1. So dimensional form will be new for you people, and this we are going to study at the end of this chapter under dimensional analysis. Next is your it is a rational system of unit. That is, it uses only one unit for a given physical quantity. For example, if I say that mass of the body, for mass I know that its unit is kg, and for length I know that its unit is meter. I am talking about only the SI system, SI units, right? And not I am talking about right now CGS in few points here in advantages of SI system. However, I am now talking about a very higher unit as well as very small units also. So this system is of unit is a metric system, that is can be expressed in power of 10. That means 10 raised to power 10 raised to power 5, 10 raised to power 6, 10 raised to power 7, and so on. So in this way we can write down in metric system. As you know that mass of the charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Next is this system is internationally accepted. Here we got the point that system internationally which we are going to accept. Next is this system is closely related to CG.